Any kind of beginning is exciting, but kindergarten is a beginning that's really, really special. We recognize that it not only formally launches a child's educational journey, but kindergarten initiates this arc of experience when kids are ready to discover, when they're open to learning, when they're curious about things. And what the K-1 neighborhood does is it acknowledges that and it leverages that natural inclination.
K-1 is designed to provide time and space for children to grow and learn at their own individual pace and to build relationships over 2 years. The children are placed in their kindergarten classes and they stay together as a class and move into their first grade in the same class group. The experience is intended to provide 2 years where kindergarten and first grade children share learning and experiences, and the learning spaces foster this. Each kindergarten classroom is neighbored by a first grade classroom with collaboration and shared experiences between the kindergarten and first grade teams.
What's really nice is when they do transition to that first grade year, they all know one another. There is no apprehension. They're excited that they get to see each other again, and they already know their first grade teachers.
So when we plan activities, when we look at the explorations that children are doing, we look at it over a 2-year period of time. Children get a chance to explore, question, and wonder, and those explorations and those wonderings can carry over to the next year. We all collaborate together for our teaming. We plan together activities where our children work collaboratively. They can model for one another, they will encourage one another, and they bounce ideas off one another. It's a time for children to learn from each other and a time for us to learn from each other as well.
When kids walk into the K-1 neighborhood, they enter a child-centered environment. And child-centered in so many ways. First of all, there's the natural environment. The outdoor environment at K-1 welcomes children to discover on their own.
We have 3 distinct areas where the children can learn together and jump off rocks and pump water from the water pumps and catch rain in the catchment systems and water our gardens. There are little nooks and crannies everywhere where learning happens naturally. They are engaged, they are learning in an experiential way and sharing those moments with one another, helping us all to learn and grow together.
The outdoor learning spaces really provoke questions and inquiry as children construct meaning about their natural environment by observing and experimenting in their place. A bioswale runs through the outdoor area, and that allows for natural water drainage, which acts as a teaching tool for children as they can observe the path of rainwater and the vital role that it plays in our ecosystem here.
The indoor environments as well are designed with children's needs in mind, specifically young learners. The spaces allow teachers and children to meet and work and play in ways that are absolutely intentional regarding that stage in a child's development.
We are very fortunate to have 4 teachers in each grouping. So those 2 teachers plan together. We will move children in and out of groupings together. We'll take large groups and individual groups and spend time on things that they need time to grow in.
We do small group instruction based upon their needs, whether it be in reading or writing, whatever they're needing more nurturing with. Or it affords us to do really in-depth inquiry projects where we are researching and building and writing with smaller numbers of students.
When we moved up to the K-1 neighborhood, music, art, and PE were emphasized enough that the specialists for those ages would specifically teach those ages. They wouldn't have responsibilities beyond K and 1. So it increased the amount of time that we get to see the children. Our classrooms are very close in proximity to the children. We see the children every single day, whether or not we have a class with them. And we're just sort of extra support among the neighborhood offer all sorts of activities, events, special things that are going on. Each of us gets enough contact with the children that even though we're not their regularly scheduled classroom teacher, we know every single child's name, we know every single child's face, we know something about that child, we know what makes them excited and gets them energized and makes them want to participate, and we know things that maybe they're struggling with and the things that they're challenged by and ways to help them overcome those obstacles.
Every aspect of the K-1 neighborhood is designed with putting the child at the center of a learning experience such that they discover their own power to learn and to do and to create.
The K-1 neighborhood is a place where laughter and learning and joy is evident everywhere you go. This is a place where we look at children and value the whole child. This is a place where their ideas are valued, they share with one another, their successes and failures are all celebrated, and we learn and grow from that.
Our kindergarten and first grade learning environment is not only inside of the four walls of our classroom. They see this as my learning school, and our neighborhood has learning happening everywhere. Before the teachers greet them, and even after they've left the door, they continue to learn and explore, and they feel this is their place, that everywhere here is their place to learn.
Our hope is that as children move through their kindergarten and first grade years in the Omidyar K-1 neighborhood, they will continue to love learning. They'll begin to develop their identity, to understand and value who they are as a learner, as a friend, as a contributing part of their community, and to have built this awareness organically through rich, purposeful learning experiences.
It is our hope that the children that leave the K-1 neighborhood are more confident, are more independent, are able to seek out answers to those questions that they have and are empowered to do so. But most importantly, feel like they make a difference in this world, that what they say and what they do matters.